Okay, morning folks. Definite change in the weather coming up for a couple of days. Pleasant, certainly temperature wise, but I'm not thinking it's going to be great for gliding. And you got the overnight chart here. You can see we're still in the sort of westerly air mass that we had yesterday, but as the day goes on, it starts to swing round and it's drawing in southerly, southeasterly air, and then over the next 12 to 24 hours that's definitely coming in from all the way up from Spain and starting to get a bit unstable. I think possibly tomorrow afternoon might even see a thunderstorm here, but then we get these cold fronts going through, so we're back into a westerly airflow for Saturday and Sunday, so maybe reasonably good. Winds today, well, it's first thing this morning, light southerly with a touch of west in it, but I think as the day goes on, you're going to see it coming round a little bit more southeasterly across us, and probably by the end of the day it will be east southeasterly. Flying heights 10 knots, not strong, and you can see down here it's saying 180 over the sort of center of the country. South of us it's saying 150, both 10 knots, so fairly light. Sat pick is basically showing overnight. You can see the sort of westerly flow, and then as it goes on you can start to see a more southerly flow. This cloud here is just burning back to the north, as it will do all day. Very little upper cloud, might be odd tiny patches of cirrus, but nothing too much to worry about. And there's the sort of predicted temperature, and you can see that hot air down over France. It's sort of 40 degrees in southern France at the moment. It's going to draw that up over the next 36 hours. Temperature today, I think around here 27 degrees, maybe a little bit more, but I'm working on those sort of numbers. So fairly hot, not humid. It's quite a dry air mass. Dew points are fairly low. They're already around 10 degrees. They'll be down about 7 degrees this afternoon. So quite a big temperature split. And when you play with the numbers, you can see with the spacing of the two lines here, very, very unlikely to actually see any cumulus today. Temperature's got to get to about 21, 22 degrees to get any real proper mixing and start to see some sort of low-level weak thermals. I think as the afternoon goes on, if it gets to 27 degrees, it's going to be about 3,500 feet at Lasham. Blue all day. Just a quick look at the Hurstman zone, and that shows that the air is fairly stable all the way up through here. So its thermals are purely driven by heat. The hotter it gets, the higher the thermals go, and they won't be that strong today. So plugging in 26 degrees, 27 degrees, it goes up to here at around about 1,1300 meters. But it'll take a long time for that temperature to get up and the thermals to get that high. So not great today. Top Meteo giving the same sort of thing. This is 11 o'clock, saying there might be some mixing, and then by 1 o'clock possibly going to 3,000 feet or a bit above, and then the afternoon getting a little bit better. You're always going to have the influence of southerly, southeasterly air mass and sea air-ish, and it might just sort of take the temperature down a degree or two near to us. Certainly it'll get better the further north you go. If it's 1,000 to 1,100, 1,200 meters here, it's probably going to be over Oxford. 1400 meters. So better further to the north, but it's purely temperature driven, so they won't go fantastically high, folks. Just a quick look at what cloud they're forecasting. And you can see if you run through the entire day, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, blue all day, odd bits of upper cloud floating past in various areas, and top meteor's suggested distance is there. So looking good in East Anglia. I haven't looked that far to the north and east, but between here and Oxford, I think it's going to be blue 3,500 feet with 10 knots southerly. So not really a great day, folks. Operationally, well, we're actually on 0.9 because we know the wind's going to swing round southeasterly eventually during the day. If you want to launch, come out to the runway, folks. We won't launch people from the grass or the grid because it's too marginal over the trees. So we'll see you there, but I'm not thinking it's going to be reasonably soarable until gone 12 o'clock at the earliest. There's no forecast jet movements or other traffic today. We have the airfield to ourselves. Airspace wise, a couple of things going on. The danger area over Boscombe Down has been activated, and it's activated all week till sort of 6:30 at night, and so is the danger area, the Bulford danger area just to the north of it. I had an email from a glider pilot from the park who informed me that he's spoken to the parachute people at Old Sarum. Everybody thought Old Sarum was closed. Well, it is closed to GA traffic, but there's still a parachute operation, and they're operating 6 days a week, closed on Tuesdays. So we just need to be aware of that. This parachute operation, this temporary parachute operation just east of Bicester, I thought was going to be finished about a week ago, appears to be going on until Saturday, and it runs from 8:30 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. Supposedly doing 5 to 6 jumps a day for filming. And the other one that's active is Silverstone. From today, the British Grand Prix. There's a small temporary restricted area over to Western and Silverstone, and I've got the AIC for that here. It's basically all day, 8 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. Essentially, that's helicopters flying in and out, and it's up to 2,500 feet above sea level. Okay, folks, well, that's about it. If you're going to fly today, we'll see you out on the main runway sometime later on.